Hi, folks. This is Jennifer from What If Wellness, and I am here today to help you learn how to turn transcription on. You can see right there at the bottom that it's transcribing while I speak, and it's a free service from Zoom, and every account has it. At least last I heard, they were planning to put it even on free accounts, and I think that they did. So if you have a paid account, for sure you can get it. And when I read maybe a month and a half ago that they were putting it on all of their free accounts as well. I find it incredibly helpful as a hearing impaired person. And I also find it helpful, or other people have told me that they find it helpful because even when they are not hearing impaired, sometimes they miss what somebody's saying and they can read back over it. And if you're recording, then you also get a printed transcript of the uh, all of the words that happened during the recording. So if you don't record, then you don't get the transcript. But if you do, then and you just need to have a written document about what happened, then it's actually really helpful for that as well. And you can just send it out in an email to people if they want to catch up. They don't have to watch the whole video. And yes, I'm sure that some of the words will be transcribed incorrectly. I haven't been watching while I'm speaking right now, but it's inevitable. So, and some of it's pretty funny. So it might actually be fun to do it just to see what happens. But you can also know in advance that you will not know which speaker is talking because it doesn't identify speaker. So it'll just be all of the words. And even though it doesn't do that in a live call, it's really easy to figure out who's speaking because they're in front of you speaking. But in a recording, or sorry, in a transcript, you can't really tell that. So I just wanted you to know that that is one of the drawbacks to the written transcript later, is you don't know who's saying which thing. So you just kind of hope for the best. Anyway, here is how to make it work. So I am going to share my screen and hopefully I will be successful. And there we go. So this is me where I've just opened my Zoom account. I've just gone to zoom.com and signed in. So that's where I am at this stage. Now, if you go up here to my account and click on that, and then over here on the left to settings, and it automatically comes up to meeting settings. And you just go down, scroll, scroll, scroll. And let's see. Keep scrolling. Scroll, scroll, scroll. We're almost there. All righty, let's see. Sorry, you can see how far down you have to go. There it is, closed captioning. So when you first get here, it will be in the off position, and I have it on so that it's transcribing this call, but it will be in the off position and you will turn it to the on position. So when I just put it in the off position so that you could see it, it gives me this disable idea, and I don't want to disable it in the middle of this call because then we'll lose closed captioning. So anyway, that's where you go from off to on. You can see quite clearly how to do that. And then you have to follow down. There'll be a couple choices, and you want the one that says enable live transcription service to show transcript on the side panel in meeting. It seems weird because that sounds like you're hiring somebody to do a live transcription service. But if you enable that, then that is how you will get the correct setting when you go to it during your meeting. So check that one and then hit save. Actually, I don't think there is a way to save or not save at the end. I think just by doing the changes, it automatically saves. So that's all you need to do in your settings. It's very simple. And then I'm going to unshare screen. And then when you get to your meeting, now you'll have a new button at the bottom. And it will say live transcript, CC live, well, it'll say CC. And you will press on that. It's right next to the recording button. So recording and then CC. And if you press on that, it will give you choices. It will say assign someone to type, use a third-party CC service, or live transcript. Those are your three choices on the CC option. And this is what's new recently. I don't exactly know how recently, but a long time ago, this wasn't an option. And so I didn't know it was an option until I was teaching or I was planning to teach a thing for Cornell Cooperative Extension for their diversity, inclusion, and equity group. And they wanted to make sure they were being inclusive with me because I'm hearing impaired. And they wanted to make sure they were giving me any accommodation they could. And they knew that there was a transcription service. So they told me about it. And I thought, oh, that's got to only be for the big accounts, you know, like Cornell is going to be a big account, right? And so we used it for that training, and I was incredibly grateful. And then I thought, well, gosh, maybe even the little guys like me can do it. And sure enough, my account had it. And then when I researched it a little more, I learned that even the free accounts should be getting it if they don't have it yet. Just keep trying to find that setting and keep using it. Anyway, the three choices again are assign someone to type, use a third-party CC service, or underneath the white line, there's a third choice that says live transcript. And it says enable auto transcription. And that is how you get the live transcription. And when you're done, or if you don't want the transcription anymore, if somebody in your meeting, or if you're only in a two-person meeting or something like that, and that person does not want transcription, then you just hit disable transcription and it all goes away. You see, I've gone, nobody's typing anywhere, but I do want to keep it for the end of this. So that is my tip for using transcription on Zoom. And I highly recommend that you use it for any time that you're using Zoom, even if there's a lag between the transcription and the live. It really is still helpful for people like me who only get words from the writing, especially when there's background noise or anything like that. I really rely on those words and sometimes on lip reading, but not everybody is in the right place on their screen. And some people, you know, like talk like this. and in groups, especially where, and then also, of course, the phone-ins where there's no video, um, or just no video, period. They chose that. So for people like me, and I think there are actually more and more people like me who aren't willing to say that they're like me, that they really rely on these words at the bottom. And Zoom has been hard for me for years because we didn't have that, but now we do. And I highly recommend to do your settings and make it easy. And I'd also recommend recording every call if you can, just so that you have a transcription. And even if it's just a regular weekly meeting at work or whatever, you have a record of the meeting so that you can say, oh, this is what happened at this meeting, just like, you know, we used to do a long time ago when we type up meeting notes and things like that. I don't know if people still do that, but if they do, this makes it a lot easier. Anyway, that is my tip, and I hope it's helpful. And please reach out if you have any questions, and maybe I can answer them. But most likely, you'll need to reach out to Zoom for any more detailed information than that. I use technology to the best that I can for what I need it, but I am not an IT pro by any stretch. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Take care.